And good morning. The morning after the rains came to the area, we're going to be talking about sports here on our sports talk. We're going to be talking about golf, the Phillipsburg golf team going to a state at Seneca. We'll be talking with Keith about that. Don't know whether anyone's going to be here from track. We invited JB again. He's out of town. I think his granddaughter is graduating or something today, so he's not here, and I don't know whether anyone else will come in. We do have results from Beloit in the 3A. We have results from Smith Center 2A, and yesterday Colby 1A. We'll be giving those after we do this. Sean Newland scheduled to stop in a little later on and talk about his time at K-State, and that's going to be interesting to see what it's like being big-time college football, talking with Sean. And, of course, Gary Bill's back with us again.
Oh yeah, big time.
You're just like the
Just like old homecoming.
okay, and we're going to talk about golf first, though. And of course, we come in here every Saturday morning because of the fine sponsors we have, and the bakery lets us come in next Saturday morning. We haven't kind of worked out the logistics, but I think at this time, hopefully, we'll be at Cessna Stadium somewhere doing a sports talk. Yeah, we'll be somewhere if Gary Musselman lets us in. We're all on the pass gate. You're on the pass gate, Rachel. You're going to be okay. We'll do that, and then I'm not saying it, but Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock. You remember down at the state track when then about 2 o'clock they bring these old guys up and gals, and they give them an award. Out in the middle of their High School Activity Association.
No, I don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
How long ago was it?
Well, that was.
No, when they was doing that, you was having me run around somewhere and get somebody else to come up and interview.
Okay. Anyway,
no,
I'm going to be there for that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to miss that on Saturday afternoon. That's enough on that. All right, Keith Sides with us. Congratulations there. You must have played. Particularly, I've been hearing the second nine went very well for Phillipsburg.
Yeah, we were, I think, down 4 strokes after the front nine, and our guys played solid the back nine, and Cimarron slipped it through a few strokes, so we were fortunate to win the regional. Cimarron going into the term, we knew they'd be really good, and their number 5 guy come in with a 40, and their number 4 guy come in with a 36 right away.
Wow.
So it didn't look good from the start, just looking at the scores, but when our scores started coming in, we were right there with them, and then the tournaments are won in the back nine, and that's what happened last Monday night.
Okay. And of course, you're familiar with the course. Do you think that helped a little bit being familiar? Does it help to be familiar with
Yeah,
the course?
especially at a course like Norton, a couple dog legs and stuff like that. That our kids have played it and had success over there too. So it's an advantage for us. I felt like Cimarron come in, they played a practice round. I'm sure at least one. And got a feel for it and played good the front nine, but just second nine got themselves in some bad situations and had to take some big scores.
Was the wind blowing it all over
That
there?
was a pretty nice day on Monday. I couldn't ask for anything better, I guess. Was it breezy at all at any time? I mean, I think it was pretty nice as far as I can remember. And when the wind comes up, when you have to hit the fairway and the trees on both sides, it can make the course a lot harder. So it was a beautiful day for regional golf.
Okay. With the main competition, Cimarron from you, is that the one that you were expecting the most competition from?
Yeah, Cimarron we knew had a good team. They get third last year at state. I think they got third last year at state and had pretty much everybody back. They may have lost one guy from graduation, but we won a region with the 318, which is a heck of a score over there. If you have 4 guys shooting 80, that's a 320. So we were 2 under that. If we can shoot that down at state, we'll be in good shape. Cimarron was 331. Goodland got third at 364. So there was a big gap from second to third. So us and Cimarron were definitely the 2 teams that we're expected to win out of the regionals, but you never know with golf. You don't get to have a circle 10. You might have a kid that gets in trouble, may have to take a 14 or 15 on a hole, and it can mess things up. So, but we have a very solid team. We have Trey Size and JC has been playing really well down the stretch and shooting low for us. Nathan Moon's been really consistent in the 80s. Tyler Martin's a kid that's can shoot 75 to 90. If he's on, he could be really, really good. If he can have one of those days on next Monday, a good day, we'll have that. Strawn Ellis and Ty Sides, both capable of shooting 80s. So we've got 6 guys that can play, and that's a big advantage because you take 6 guys to state. There's going to be 12 teams at state. that made it. So there were 6 regionals, and the top 2 teams in regionals went. So it'd be 12 teams competing for the team championship. And we take the 4 best scores out of the 6 golfers, so to get the score.
Okay, while the golfers are playing, does coach get a walk around with them and
Yeah, we can
kind of give them?
we can actually talk to them, not on the tee box and not on the green, but we can talk to them the rest of the time. The state did something this year that's a lot nicer than it has in the past.
Yeah.
They used to go on where they just seat them, they put them in cards, tee box, depending on the regional score. So you may have a golfer on all over the course, whole course. You never really could see them all. But this year, they put all the teams together. So like Ty, he's going to tee off at 10-10 on hole 1. Then we have Sharon 10 minutes after that. And so we go boom, boom, boom on hole 1. And so as coaches, as fans, we can kind of be all together and be able to see everybody and kind of see how everybody's doing. I think that's going to be a positive for the state golf.
That's changed. You used to have to stay clear away from them, didn't you, when they're out there?
Yeah, it hadn't been very long ago where we couldn't even talk to them. So it's good and bad. I mean,
It's good, I think, the fact that, you're a coach. You should be able to
Yeah.
coach your kids and tell them you can do it in basketball and you can
Yeah.
do it in football. Why can't you do it in golf?
Yeah, this is the worst thing about it. You have 6 guys out there, and they're all over the
Can't
course, and
be
you can't
right.
be everywhere. And sometimes the kids I almost play better when coach is not around. Just let them stay focused and play
What's
their
the-
game. I mean, it's just kind of like in basketball, I guess. You have a coach that yells everything and a coach that doesn't yell anything. And where are they going to play their best?
Sure,
So that's
yeah.
some kids you may need to be there to help encourage them. Some they've got it. They're focused because it's a long day. It's
Yeah,
4 or 5 hours of focus on every shot and a lot of concentration.
That's where you have an advantage because I've never seen you really get out of line coaching anything. I mean, you just kind of keep yourself under control, and I think that. Now, I don't know practices and stuff like that.
I think it's a
that
good
has to
trait for
be a
golf,
plus.
but I wish my golf game was better.
But that has to be a plus for your players.
Yeah, it's
I went to the Smith Center, the other athletic banquet last night. Greg Holdman's our golf coach, and he talked about, he said, and I never really realized this, he said golf is the only sport, maybe tennis, where, if you're running, you can do things and be a better runner. But he says the only way you get better at golf is to practice, and do it right. He
Yeah.
says, you kind of agree with that?
it takes
That's
a
the only
lot of
sport?
time. It's not an easy sport. I mean,
Yeah.
if you people that try it, pick up a club, and they think they can hit this ball. And so they may miss it a few times before they even actually hit it. And it's just amazing watching high school kids, freshmen, even as young as freshmen, play the kind of golf that some of them do at that age. It's just pretty impressive.
Yeah, the equipment they have now is a lot better, but still, you watch their swings and everything. It's unreal the way they hit the ball.
And to be
And
consistent
focus.
too. To be you can have good shot and then a bad shot, but these kids, a lot of them, it's just good shot after good shot after good shot. So, and our guys, I mean, these guys have been shooting close to par to 5 or 6 over here the last couple of tournaments, and that's a solid score.
The Norton, of course, is 9 holes.
Yeah.
Okay, do they have a front tee box and a back tee box so you can?
Yeah,
So it's a little different.
Make it harder in the back, and,
Yeah.
and that's what JC at regionals. He come back out with what was you 1 under par on the back 9 or even you're even
Wow.
on the back 9. So that was the best score other than the kid that won it out of Goodland on the back 9. So you can make up a lot of strokes. I mean, he shot at 35. The kid that got 4th right behind him shot at 43 on the back 9. So JC shot 8 better to get him up to that position.
Sure. Okay. All right.
So you shot better because you was farther back and had more room to go, all right? You can let it all
Maybe,
hang
you
out.
know, maybe that is right. If you have a good driver, you could drive it down there.
A lot of times the blues, the better golfers
Sure.
step up. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a lot of kids from the white. They can play one round and play pretty solid, but to play 18 holes and playing from the blues is a little more difficult. The better players rise to the top.
Do we have white blues out here too?
Yeah, but we don't have a lot of difference in
Sure,
distances,
right,
so it really doesn't matter a lot.
This is a tight course out there. I mean, it's really down there.
Yeah.
What's Seneca like?
Well, Seneca is going to be a lot like Norton. We went down to Hayes yesterday and played the Fort. We were planning on going to Alma to play 9 holes up there, but the rain and stuff, we decided just to head south. And the Fort, it's only $10 to play down there for the kids, and we rented a cart. So it was fairly cheap for them to go down there and practice. And it was 18-hole course down there, and that's where we play MCL. And there's some challenging holes down there, so we thought we'd just go down there and play, and that'll be similar to Seneca, excuse me.
Did you guys like that course down at Fort Hayes? That is
Say
good.
South
windy.
Fork.
Been there a long
Yeah,
time.
yeah. Okay, what about the Seneca course? Is it 9 or 18?
No, it's 18.
Okay,
Yep.
fine.
And it's a fairly new course. I don't know, in the last 20 years, I think.
You been there? Have you ever seen it?
We were there 5 years ago.
Okay.
That's the year Ryan Hoover won state for us. Michael DeZine was either 4th or 5th. If we would have had a couple more golfers, played a little better, we could have brought a trophy home, but unfortunately, I think we finished 5th. So we're looking forward to the challenge on Monday.
Now you, of course, you like the top four. You can a couple can have a bad day, you know, and they'll be down there. So if you have 4 good ones, that really puts you in there. Well, you had all top 4 were in the top 10 over at Norton, weren't they?
Yeah, we had
4 golf-
Trey finished second with a 74. He actually had the lead going into the 8th hole. He took a bogey. The Goodland kid took a par, so they were even going to the last hole. And then Trey hit one to the right a little bit on hole 9 and hit his second shot a little deep, and then ended up getting a 6, getting a double bogey on that hole, and the Goodland kid parred it. So Trey ended up losing by 2 strokes. JC was 1 stroke behind him at 3rd. The Nathan Moon went 40 and then 42 with an 82, which is a great score from Nathan at 7th, and Tyler Martin was 10th with an 87. And then Strawn and Ty, they both shot 95s for our other 2 golfers, and all 6 of them will get to go to state.
Wow.
Yeah, how many times Tolford has a good reputation for going to golf?
Yeah, we've been really fortunate the last 20 years, and even beyond that, when you go look at the record board at the golf course, I know league-wise we've won 13 out of the last 15 years in league. And as far as taking our team to state, we didn't, when you were a freshman and a sophomore, I don't think we took our team that year, but previous to that, it was 10 years at least in a row then. So we've taken our team to state, I would say 14 out of the last 15 years, and there's some schools around that hadn't taken their team to state any in those last 15 years. So it's we've been really fortunate with good golfers here in Phillipsburg.
You know, how difficult is it to be a coach and a father at the same time?
Well, it's kind of fun to go down and watch them. I spend a lot of time watching Ty play. He's younger and he hadn't played the course as much, so it's a joy, I guess, to watch them play and do well.
Okay, wow. Okay, let's talk about how do you feel except for that last hole over there. You had a pretty good day at Norton.
Yeah, I did.
Well, obviously you did. Yeah, one of your better days.
Yeah, coming off of shooting even at league, I was feeling pretty good going into regionals, and just stay consistent and played some pretty good golf.
What happened on the? I'll bring up
on 18.
Yeah. What happened on 18?
I kind of laid up and I had to go over the trees.
Okay.
I hit a little deep left, and it was kind of tough chip. I didn't have much green to work with or anything, so I kind of muffed the chip. It hit it over a little, and then 2-putted. So
I've got to ask this: have you ever played sand greens?
no.
Some people don't even know. We live in Idaho. We told them out there that they had sand greens in Kansas, and they had no idea what it was like. And for a while, they used to have cottonwood. Have you ever heard of the cottonwood greens? They took cottonwood seed and spread it down. Those for greens. That Dodge City had that one.
Is that when they used cane poles?
You know,
for
that's
plugs?
when they had wooden shafts.
But the sand greens were neat because you drug your path and then you could
Okay.
fluff it a little bit or whatever you thought at the time. You know, in grass, you just have to putt. Was you on that last hole? Was you thinking a little bit too much about what you needed to do, or what? How come you had a
I
problem?
might have lost a little focus. It's just golf, though. I mean, I played well all day, so I mean, one hole can kind of hurt you a little bit, but I'm still satisfied with how I shot.
Yeah.
That's good.
You know, you talk about sand greens, and have you ever played sand?
I played a couple times.
Okay,
Logan, yeah.
you know the ball hits there and you drag it and all this, but the thing, and it was oiled sand, so it wouldn't blow away. But first time I saw grass greens, I said, that's not fair. because the sand were level, perfectly level. There wasn't anything. That's not fair to have them hills and stuff like that. Number 9, remember what number 9 used to be
Yeah,
like
so-
out here, about like that, you know. And they brought that down. I said, that's not fair. It's not fair to the golfer, but that's the way they did it, you know.
The sand was, you could have an advantage. I mean, you drag your putt.
Sure.
And then if you, as long you need more speed, you could fluff it right at the end of the hole and stuff.
And then
I
after
mean,
you,
just pull up a little bit so the sand will get a little loose.
and then after you feel, you have to rake it 3 times around the hole and go on to the next thing. Logan still has sand, and you know it's easier to play. Really easier, I thought, because everything was level. Okay, all right. So
You know, you can tell we were talking to a couple antiques here.
you know what workup in baseball is? Either one of you know workup in baseball? You know what I'm talking about? Baseball workup.
Probably not.
You don't you workup? See, that's another old thing. You know what workup is? Where you go out and take a bunch of people and go out and play, and you, as long as you bat, and then when you're out, you go to right field and move around, and you get to pitch all the different things.
Well, no, I'm not that
You
old.
don't
Chad.
remember that?
I'm
Gee,
getting pretty ancient, but I don't remember
that's
that.
what we used to play in the summertime, was workup. Every day we'd get together and go play, you know, try to find a ball that didn't have half the cover off of it, and everything, go out and play. All right, so what do you anticipate from Seneca going down?
Oh, he went down there and played Wednesday.
Oh, he
so
did? Okay.
Kind of fill us in on what it's
Okay.
like. So
Do they have water?
Yeah, they have a lot of water. It's a pretty short course, I guess. From the whites, it's a lot shorter. If they play it from the blues, it adds about 50 yards almost every hole, so it can make it challenging, and their greens are pretty tough.
Sure.
But it's a beautiful course.
Is it nice? Bluegrass, the fairways, and the
Yeah,
whole thing.
it's beautiful. I mean, there's not patchy grass anywhere. It's
Can
beautiful.
I ask you how you shot, or did you keep track?
Yeah, I shot a 75.
A 75. What
Yeah.
par? 72, maybe 71.
71.
71.
It's
Okay.
36, 35.
Right.
I
Wow.
shot a 1 under front.
Wow. Okay.
Not so good on the back, but
Okay, you feel pretty confident
Yeah.
then of what's going on.
yeah, it was, I don't know, it was a perfect day. I mean, there was hardly no wind and about 76 degrees. So it was, yeah, me and my dad went down and played, and it was about as perfect of a golf day as you can
Wow,
have.
That's great. I hope you have that again.
Yeah.
Did your dad score well?
Yeah. He parred a few.
Greens pretty good shape and everything. Were
Yeah.
the greens big ones? Are they big greens or?
No, they're pretty, I mean, they're not super small, but they're not as large as like Smoky, or
Sure.
even the Fort has bigger greens than they did, but they're tough greens. I mean, they have a lot of hills and
That's,
hidden spots.
that's not fair to have hills. It's got to be level. That's the way it should be.
Well, it makes it a little more challenging.
Yeah.
And sometimes, you know, if you can hit it clear up the steep bank and let it roll back in,
I guess
you know,
I'm
it's a fantastic shot.
You never played workup as a kid?
Workup.
Or you never played in baseball?
Anything that
I can't
involves
believe
work.
that. As old as you are. you
Anything
didn't-
that involves work, I know. I tried not to get
Okay.
involved.
So what are your plans this summer? What are you going to do this summer? Play golf a little bit?
yeah, probably play golf and
Some camps?
yeah,
AAU
go
basketball?
some basketball camps. Yeah, play some tournaments.
Okay. And what's your plan?
Oh, I work at the pool and
Okay.
play in some golf tournaments because I'll be able to play in like the Junum and Tamco tournament and stuff. You can't
Okay.
play in them in high school.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I'll
So
be
you're,
able to play them now,
you can
yeah.
be a pro now, can't
Yeah.
you? So,
You know, question, people sometimes think I don't think too straightly, but you said work at the pool. What work do you do?
I sit out in the sun and bake.
Sit out in the sun
are
watching?
you a lifeguard?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you see some kids sinking, they holler,
No, you know,
swing harder, swing harder.
That's
we had
right.
something the other night on a Wichita TV station on what you have to look for. And did you learn all that? Like if maybe they say a person who might be having trouble won't always holler. Is that
Yeah,
right?
usually when they have trouble, they don't make any
Yeah,
noise
they're
at all.
trying
I
to
mean, they're
breathe
just-
and everything.
Yeah,
They don't worry about
they're
hollering.
just sinking,
Yeah, so, man, you just have to watch
especially when there's a
all
lot
the
of
time.
kids.
You know, I think it's congratulations to do something because that's got to be really you have to, you know, you can't
Yeah,
be
you gotta be
talking
focused.
to nice looking girls in the swimming suits or anything. You got to be looking at what's going on out in the water. And that's why you have breaks, don't you, so you can kind of get away from it.
Yeah.
Have you done it before? Have you done?
Yeah, I've been a lifeguard for the past 3 years.
Okay, so
Years ago, you get by with some of these things, but I used to go to the bottom of the diving pool and grab hold of the rake and just sit there, not breathe, and watch them come off there. But every once in a while, a lifeguard come down there and get me or give me a motion. I have to come up, and then I'd have to go out and sit out for a while. But
and that's
if
your
you just-
job too, to kind of don't you patrol what's going on around
Yeah.
and jumping in and that kind of thing. So where are you going to school? I forgot.
Fort Hayes.
That's right. Are you going to do any?
Try and walk on the golf team.
Good, well, sure. All right. Well, good luck. I hope things go well.
Thank you.
And how's this AAU basketball work? Is that something new? Did that take the place of maybe basketball? Or there's so many of those things around,
Yeah, I still have both of them. It's just kind of a different.
Age group, is it?
I don't know if it's just different tournament names. I mean,
Okay.
so that's because like he's playing a few MOIB teams tournaments with the same team that he's playing
Okay,
AAU
I
tournaments.
see.
So it's the same team, just different name for the tournaments.
Again, back in the old days, AAU used to be the
the
Bartlesville
track and-
Oilers, and that's when and they were men. It kind of took between the pros and college. A lot of guys had good jobs with the oil teams and would play basketball. And the AAU thing. And in fact, they used to take the Olympic team. I know in 52, when the KU won the national event, they took 7 theirs, they took 7 AAU players on the team. They used to take AAUs. Now, of course, you can take the pros. They've already changed that. That's already changed there.
52, do you remember that?
Nope.
Do you?
Yeah, I can just vaguely.
Okay. So what time are you going? Is it going tomorrow?
Yeah,
Obviously
we got
play
tee
tomorrow?
times at 11:30 and 11:42. I think is what we got set up. So we'll leave at 7:30 in the morning and go down there and hopefully get there in time to get loosened up a little bit and then go out and play 18. Then we'll get done a good time in the afternoon and we actually staying in Marysville. Seneca's hotels are full, so we're staying in Marysville. So that's a little drive back to the west. Spend the night there. Then we tee off at 10:10. I think coaches have to be there. We have coaches meeting at 8:30 probably. I can't exactly remember. The kids, if I let the kids maybe sleep in a little bit, and they can come in another vehicle with another coach. I know we got 6 guys plus Coach Moon and Coach Hyman's both going down. So it'll be a fun couple days.
Okay, well, be sure look for the Black Squirrels in Marysville, and they have a great diner there. It's an old-fashioned diner, I think, pretty close to where you're staying.
Yeah.
Have you eaten there?
That's over like
Penny's Diner.
Penny's Diner.
Yeah.
that's
We've got a
On the
diner
south side of the
there.
highway. Do you guys get together and visit with players from other schools and this and that? Get to know one another?
Not usually, just kind of when we're playing together. Well,
Okay. Is
talk
that kind of
back
neat,
what
though?
kinda-
From another school, you discuss schools, or you discuss girls, or you discuss college sports, or
It's just kind of idle chit chat, I guess.
Sure.
Something to take your mind off of the next shot. So you're not focusing too hard before you get up there and are ready to go.
Boy,
you always can't
Tad'd be a
overthink.
great golfer because he chit-chats a lot.
No, I've never. Great golfer. I always have one of those days. Every time I play, it's one of those days. It's been a long time. Did someone you're out there playing, and you ever ask? Can you ask maybe someone you're playing with, maybe, or you ask them what club they're going to use or anything, or you have to kind of just keep yourself on the way you're playing your game.
Yeah, it's kind of unspoken rule of golf. You don't really ask them like what they're hitting. It's just
Sure.
manners, I guess.
They do have to share their distance. If
Yeah.
you find
Do they-
her,
oh,
they
okay.
they find it to be 180.
They share
another
that.
kid asks, they have to share that number if they tell them the right number, I guess.
Yeah. Yes. So you're lying about 20 yards to the green. They said, well, I got 260 yards here.
Do you watch much golf on television?
Yeah.
Watch the pros play. It's
yeah.
unbelievable the shots they can make.
Yeah.
I'd love to see them get out of the sand. Once in a while they don't. It trickles back down and they're looking at it and then they try again. You play the bunkers much? Did you have the chance to play much bunker work around?
Seneca has some holes with some pretty big bunkers, so I went ahead and I hit out of them about every time that they were around the green.
Okay.
And they're nice and they're big. Not very good at hitting out of bunkers, but that's why you got to practice, I guess.
What's your most difficult shot? When you think back.
Probably around the green, kind of.
Yeah.
Really try to work on that. If you can get that, then you're close to the hole anyway. You just one putt it in. It's,
Same way with you?
Yeah.
How long have you been playing?
since
Long time.
6 years old, maybe 5 years. Long time.
Yeah, I'm the same.
And
Did
you
Dad,
said-
did Dad cut down a set of clubs for you? Shorter shaft?
Yeah.
My uncle cut some for me. They were wood though, and wood shafts, and he sawed them off. You know.
They like about $100. It come with little. First, I guess that we got Trey, and then he outgrew them, give him the tie.
Oh,
we got
that's
a new
good
pair,
having
and then
down
Taryn
there,
would
yeah.
take them. So they got a lot of use out of them.
Sure,
Had
yeah.
a lot of fun growing up playing. So.
It's and both of you, I asked you last time you were on. You have the big driver or head?
Yeah.
The big driver. Is that hard to control? I've heard the bigger the head, the harder it is to control. Is that right?
Can be.
Okay.
I've often wondered about that because back in the old days, the head was pretty small. You see those big old heads, and they're just, how's it feel swinging? Is it still basically the same swing weight, but just
They don't know any difference. And they haven't never swung one of those little ones.
Well,
That's what they grew up
probably the
swinging.
2 or 3 wood is what the driver used to be like.
Yeah.
I think. Probably. You use a 2 or 3 wood ever? You have that in your bag?
Yeah, I have a 3-wood and a 3 hybrid, but usually I don't have to use them
What do you use? What would you use a 3 for?
if you
A lot
muff
of
your
music,
driver.
Yeah.
All right.
3 wood, somebody, if they can't hit the driver straight, they go to that, and that keeps it maybe a little shorter but straighter. I know, like Tyler Martin, he got to Norton the other day at regionals and looked in his bag, and his driver wasn't in there. So
Really?
he used his 3 wood the whole time. He was just, I don't know if he cleaned out his bag and forgot
How
to
do
put
you
it back
lose
in.
how do you lose a driver? I know.
Yeah, it's just, but he played fine too. So I mean,
He wasn't sleeping with it or anything, was he? You know?
He said it was out of the course.
out the course.
Really?
with the 3-wood, you can control that a lot better than a driver, right? Or the way the old clubs used to be, because the driver head was big enough and
Use a 1
didn't
iron
always
much?
hit it right.
You use a 1 iron much at all?
I've never even swung a 1-iron, but I heard they can be the hardest club.
It
to hit.
is. It's a hard club to use, a 1 iron.
I don't think people really use them just because they're so hard to hit. I
No,
mean,
it is. It really is. I don't think the pros. I'm sure it's in the bag, but I don't know. I think the pros could play with a driver and a 7 and a putter most of them. They hit very
Yeah,
bad.
Keith probably played a 1 iron before.
Yeah.
I got a 2 iron.
Yeah.
These guys,
Well, that's just
you
one
guys
away.
use your 3 iron any?
I have a 4.
Lowest I got is 4, yeah.
That's a lot of 4 irons as low as they get.
Have you heard the golf? I'm going to tell this golf joke about the gorilla. Have you heard that one? So this guy trains a gorilla. Have you heard? To hit
I've traveled with you
Okay.
a long time, Ted.
to hit a driver, and it teaches the gorilla. It comes up 400 yards, and then 400 yards. So they get up to the green, just off the green, up 400 yards. But think about it.
Think about
Up
it.
to the green, 400 yards.
And it was 10 yards from the green.
10 yards to the green,
Hit
and
another
hits
400
another
yards.
400 yarder.
Well, anyway.
Not bad.
that,
Now think about it.
yeah. These young folks don't understand some of it.
Okay, terrible joke. You get it? You get it? I don't think she gets. Okay, 400. Yeah, right. That's it. Up to the green, 400 yards. Okay.
Could have been a 2-foot putt, but it was a 400 yard shot. Oh, well, anyway.
10
Which,
yards closer.
which brings to mind, I played. My grandkids we'd always go somewhere and play putt-putt or miniature golf. And the first time Megan got, Megan, first time she got out there, she could put it out and swung at that as hard as she could. And when it clear out on the street, I said, "No, Megan, you just don't quite hit it that hard. You're a little softer." But it's amazing.
That's kind of funny. These guys were talking about that yesterday when they went to the Big Apple on their Stuco reward trip.
Yeah.
Said they played putt-putt golf, and a lot of the non-golfers, they get that, and they miss it by farther than almost they started. They hit it so
Right.
hard they have no control. It's
Right?
just-
Yeah. You learn how to do that anyway. Well, that's enough of that stuff.
Yeah, but
personal
I mean,
experience.
stop and think, we're sitting amongst some very elite people here.
I know
You
it.
can hit a golf ball like they do and know exactly where
And
it's
not
going
at
to go.
400 yards. Think about it. Think about it, Rachel. Okay. Anything else? You have just good luck. I hope things go well for you there. And have a good summer. Hope you make it at 4 days. Anything else to the gentleman?
No, I've just really enjoyed listening to them this
Yeah,
morning. You know, what I know about high school golf anymore, you have to be a pretty good golfer to make the team and score all the time.
You have one concern though. There's not kids aren't playing in the summertime like they used to. Is that right?
I mean, just young kids, you don't see very many of it anymore. I mean, like our junior golf program, I know when Mel Schirmer, when he used to do it 25 years ago, he'd have 40 kids out there or so.
Yeah.
And it just went down to zero now almost. So it's just, that part of it's kind of frustrating,
Sure,
I guess.
yeah.
But hopefully the parents are
Yeah.
on their own working with them, and some of them can learn it when they get in high school. But it's sure, I mean, you look at the top 10 golfers or so in each tournament. It's those kids that started
Sure.
and played junior golf tournaments around. So we definitely need more younger kids to start playing so we can continue to be successful.
Okay, well, good luck again. I hope you come back and get the championship, bring it back, and go off that board out there. That's the board they have out there.
Keep the head down.
Yeah. What is it always said? Keep it down. Keep your eye on the ball. That's the number one thing.
Yeah, the thing is, though, like me, you start swinging, your head would go.
Well, I'd always hit it, and then I'd look down there, and I'd look down there.
It wasn't no 400 yards. Was it?
And he still missed the
No 400 yard. No, okay. Good luck.
Yeah,
I hope
thanks,
things go
guys.
well. Thanks for coming
Thanks for coming in.
Okay, we'll look at some of the regional results in track coming up here in a minute. I want to remind you the program brought to you by the First National Bank and Trust, proudly supporting Panther Athletics. From their sales floor to your delivery door, come see Jim and Terry at Olive Bowlby Furniture and Appliance, where they provide gracious living for less, personal family eye care, where you can see Dr. Jim for all of your eye care needs. Coombs Trucking, you call, we haul. Wyman Firestone, tire sales and service, backing the youth of Phillips County, and Biggs Insurance for all of your auto, home, business, and farm insurance needs. All right, this should be pretty interesting here, as we're going to go look at the 3A. That was held on Thursday in Beloit. The 2A was held in Smith Center. They were moved because of the possibility of weather yesterday, but the 1A was held at Colby. So we're going to look at some of the area schools and who qualified to go to state next Friday and Saturday. And how many times you go down to state with me?
Oh, a whole bunch.
Right, and wasn't that your favorite? That's my favorite.
Oh, yeah, because the athletes you see and the competitions that were going on, and everybody was kind of trying to be good about
Sure.
it, good sports about it, this and that.
Yeah.
And I didn't get to see a lot of this stuff because I was running up and down the stairs getting information for
Oh,
him
there's
and
an
doing this
elevator
and that.
there, no
He was
stairs.
sitting up there eating the food that the people bring to him.
No, there's an elevator. Don't think they run them down the stairs. There was an elevator there.
Yeah, I remember that elevator. Remember when they said, hey, getting everybody off the track and this and that, and why? Well, I think there might be a tornado coming.
Yeah.
Remember that?
They got
And
us.
Where's
off
Tad
the
want to
track.
go? Tad wants to go and look, see where the storm's at.
Well, and there were several times they had bad weather there, and there's a lot of stories we could tell, and we'll work it out to be there next Saturday morning, one way or another. Maybe be at the finish line. Wouldn't it be something to do that right? I don't think so.
But you think of some of the athletes we saw, like Jackie Stiles and some of them, just unreal.
She won the 4 and the 8 and the 16 and the 32,
She won
I
everything.
think. And Phillipsburg has, I think the 4x1 is still under the 3. I think they still have the 3A record in the 4x1. And the schools around here, you remember who from Hill City, the great runner over there that, anyway. He'd already run the one. I think he had the record, and he was running the 200, and he came into that last turn and pulled a hamstring, and I mean, it was really, he was 20, 30 meters in front of everyone. He pulled a hamstring, and so he didn't, and he went on to run for 4 days, I think.
Yeah, he was kind of a short guy.
Yeah, right, he sure was.
I
And he
remember
could-
him, but I can't
yeah,
think of the name.
He could really good. And we saw a lot of great. I know one night there, it was 10:30. There wasn't anyone left in the place, but they were still doing the pole vault. And the guy was up to, I think, 18 something. And but there wasn't anyone because they all left. But they were still. He was still vaulting, 18 something, which is or 17. It was something pretty good for a high school
Around
kid.
at 18, yeah, it was very good.
And then the year they redid the track from 7 to 8 lanes, and they had to meet at different places. And the 2A was at Wichita South, and I was there, and I think Phillipsburg was El Dorado, and the 1A was at Salina. Anyway, so I'd run over to El Dorado, see how we were doing, and I'd come back to, and they were doing the pole vault in the parking lot. They had to do the pole vault in the parking lot, and which is not the best thing in the world. They did have pads and this.
A little different than my pole vaulting days when they had a little sand sprinkled out
Yeah.
there, and you didn't have you
Okay,
had stiff poles, no flex.
let's talk about people who qualified to go. Okay, now let's look at the 3A. We'll look at Phillipsburg and Norton in the 3A. Okay.
Phillipsburg and Norton in the
Well,
three.
yeah, look at the team scores on the girls. You're going to give the girls, right?
Yes.
Right there, right there.
Oh, you want the team scores here.
Yeah.
This is for the boy high school regionals. Norton Community came in first place with 80 points. Phillipsburg come in ninth place with 26 points.
This is the girls.
That's
The girls. The boys, Phillipsburg had a fifth
Oh.
place finish with 47, and Norton finished in sixth right behind with 40 points there. So those are the two schools we're really looking at there. All right, let's look at what happened on the girls' side. You give the girls, I give the boys.
okay. And the girls' side, there's no marks there on the 100-meter dash. In the girls, let's see.
That's the finals there.
That's the preliminaries. We'll go down to the
finals.
finals. Okay. Slayton Braun of Norton placed second in that, and Lexi Beach of Phillipsburg finished fourth, so they'll be going on. And nothing in the 200-meter dash. We had first finish Allison Engelbert from Norton, Slayton Braun from Norton. She's got to be quick. And Kara Frack from Norton, so Norton off first top three.
Wow, top three.
And Lexi Beach of Phillipsburg finished fourth, so they'll go on. In the 800-meter run, we had one placed, and that's Hannah Bailey from Norton Community. And then in the girls 1600, we had Lexi Katz from Norton Community, and that was
Then you go down to next to the girls 4x1.
4x100. In the girls relay, Norton Community won that with a time of 49.69. That was Slayton Braun, Courtney Jones, Allison Engelbert, and Kara Frack.
Okay, and I think like the next one there is wow.
Yeah,
It's the
then
girls
that's
javelin,
it.
I think.
That's it.
And
For
the
the-
girls
for the-
javelin,
for the
the 3A girls javelin had Jada McEwen of Norton won it. She tossed 122 feet 8 inches, and Ashley
Okay.
Babcock Phillipsburg finished fourth there in the girls javelin. I think it's on the next page here. Anyway, okay, that's the girls.
Okay. I just took it.
I'm sorry to throw that at you there,
That's
Gary.
all right.
Okay, let's look at the boys. All right, in the boys 100-meter dash 3A, Tevin Petrie of Norton had a second place finish at a time of 10.88. Looking at the boys 200-meter dash 3A, Derek Petrie again had a third place finish, 22.55. The 400-meter dash, Jack Pockabeer, Phillipsburg, Panther going to state with a time of 51.96. We talked with Sean a little bit about what it's like to go to state track because he's very successful there, and we'll be talking with him about that in a moment. The boys' 800-meter run, they finally call it, it's almost a dash anymore. I mean, they go around that track. Cade Melvin of Norton had a third place finish at 2 minutes, 2 and 5100 seconds. In the boys 4x1 Phillipsburg with Trey Sides. I should have asked Trey about that. He's going to be going He's going to be going to state on Monday and state on the weekend there. So I should ask him.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well, we had a lot on our mind to do.
yeah. Braden Judeman, I'm glad Braden gets down there. Jack Pockebear and Trey Thompson. Thompson going in the long jump too. But the boys' time yesterday is 44.05. I think you've had a 43 this year. I think maybe that's a good time of 44.05. Scott had a 43.41 to win it. Boys 4x4. Again, there's third place finish to get them to state. Trey Sides, Trey Gross, Jacob Tesson, and Jack Pockebear a third place finish. They went 331.11. Boys 4x8. Norton Community went with the second place finish. Cade Melvin, Tucker Goslin, Connor Hall, and Ricky King. So Norton will be there.
That's the 4x800, and you look how close those times were from the first place down to the fourth place. Man, I mean, they had to be
8:22,
tight.
8:38. Yeah, there's about 14 seconds, but the big race there was for the second and third place. Norton had a 8:35.03. And TMP Marion an 8:35.07, 400ths of a second difference. That had to be really a dash to the finish line there. Boys triple jump, Tevin Petrie of Norton went 42 feet 11 inches. Boys shot put, Chris Van Kooten had a second place finish. He put it out there 48 feet 5 3/4 inches. And the this is the long jump. Somewhere in there, because I know Trey, here it is down here. And the boys' long jump, Trey Thompson won it, 20 feet 10.5 inches. That won it by about an inch over Brady Myers of Sterling. The thing about that is that he's done 22, so he might do pretty well at state. He did 22 at Beloit. Okay, that's what happened in Beloit. That's who qualified. That's to be competing next Friday and Saturday. That's the stadium, Wichita. Okay, let's look
So
now.
did I give the girls' javelin throw, the sheet was down underneath there, for Jada McEwen, Norton Community, won it with a throw of 122.08, and Ashley Babcock of Phillipsburg was fourth.
Okay.
So she'll be going with the throw
We'll be
of
going on.
116.
Okay, let's look at what happened Thursday at Smith Center. All right, you want to go with the girls? We
Okay.
got the team totals there. Why don't you look at
The team totals, Ellis finished second with 80 points.
that's
Plainville
girls or boys?
girls, female,
Okay, girls,
female
okay.
team scores. I got that part right. All right, Ellis was second with 80 points. Plainville third, 58 points. Smith Center fourth with 43 points. Trigo Community was fifth with 37 points. Oakley seventh with 31 points. And Hill City out of the Mid-Continent finished 11th with 25 points.
Okay, that's the girls.
That's the girls.
Okay, what the boys? You got the boys there too, obviously.
Okay, the boys, yes,
there.
I do have.
Okay.
Smith Center finished second with 82 points. Plainville was fourth with 56 points. Ellis fifth with 47 points. Oakley finished seventh with 40 points. Trigo Community with 26 points finished 10th. And Hill City came in 12th with 9 points.
Okay. Let's look at the girls' competition now.
And the girls' competition. In the girls' 100-meter dash from the area, Aubrey Dewey, Plainville, time of 13:65 for second. That was a pretty tight race right there. In the 200-meter dash, Dewberry once again, Audrey won that in a time of 28:31. In the girls' 400-meter dash, are these type of wearers? Aubrey Dewey won that one also.
Yeah,
Three race, man, that's a good
That's
athlete,
that
isn't it?
three
Look at that
people,
young
yeah,
lady
yeah.
smiling over there. Time of 103.12, which was really a good time. And then the next winners in running,
400-meter hurdles.
yeah, the 100-meter hurdles in the 2A. Jersey Kaiser of Plainville won that with a time of 16:79. In the 300-meter hurdles, Kaiser won that again. Jersey Kaiser with a time of 47:99, and both her wins were by pretty good margin. In the girls 4x1 relay, Plainville won that at the time of 52:22.
Plainville taking a lot of girls to state. There are a lot
Yeah.
of point makers to state.
And then, well, we're going to No, they're still in there. And the girls' high jump from Plainville, Brooklyn Staub, got fourth in there, 4'10". That's a good jump. And the girls' pole vault. Girls' pole vault's always fun to watch. You never know exactly what's going to happen, but Bree Freiling of Smith Center won that with a jump of 10 foot 6 inches.
Is that J in front of me in a record?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. There's a J in front of that 10 feet. That may be a record for that regional, or I don't know what it is. Anyway, there's got
I
a
don't
J
know.
in front of me.
There's
10
J's down in
Well, they all have J's.
yeah.
It's like all of the jumps had J's. I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, that's good, young lady.
Yeah, that's right.
Gee, well, good thing you're here.
Sean, okay, that's probably what it is. They all trip maximum jumps or something, or they're all, okay, all right.
Okay, and the girls' long jump 2A, Bree Freiling. Did we have this somewhere? That's a jump of 16 foot 7 and a quarter of an inch. In the girls' shot put 2A, Casey Timmons of Smith Center, 36 foot and a half inch. In the girls' discus, Brooklyn Staub of Plainville won it with a toss of 110.06. And fourth was Abby Smith of Hill City with a 102.8. So that 110.6 is a good throw for the ladies. In the girls' javelin throw, 2A, Grayson Hutchison of Smith Center won that with a 134-foot toss. Second was Carrie Kennedy of Hill City. Alyssa Keith of Hill City finished third, 121.08. And Casey Timmons of Smith Center fourth, 121.02. So Smith Center and Hill City just controlled that one.
Yeah, okay. Very good. That's the girls' side of the competition. Now let's see what we can do on the boys. The boys' 200-meter dash. Coming in fourth was Anthony Ventura of Plainville, 23.94. 400-meter dash. Jesse Staples of Smith Center had a time of 51.52, had a fourth place finish. He's going to state. In the boys' 1600-meter, no one from the area qualified in that. In the boys' 3200-meter run, Chase McCullough of Plainville, 10 minutes, 54 and 2200 seconds. And the boys' 110-meter highs, Zachary Zimmerman of Plainville, 16.85. The boys' 300 meters, you don't remember that, don't you, Sean? Okay, all right. Joel Montgomery of Smith Center had a fourth place finish. He's going to state, 42.7. Boys 4x1, Smith Center a fourth place finish, 44.79. The boys 4x4, Smith Center with a good time there, 3 minutes, 28 and 2500 seconds. Good time. In the 4x8, Smith Center had a fourth place finish to go, 8:42.7. Boys high jump, Brett Myers of Smith Center. There's some more J's, 5 feet 10 inches. And the boys pole vault 2A, it was Jace Hamel of Hill City. He went 12 feet 6 inches. Boys long jump, Chase Selmer of Plainville, 21 feet 4.5 inches. And the boys triple jump 2A, Joel Montgomery, 43.1.5 there for the long jump, or the triple jump, excuse me. 43 feet 1.5 inches. Chase Selmer of Plainville, second place finish, 41 feet 11 inches. And the boys shot put, Jared Casey of Plainville, 53.3. Dalton Kuhn of Smith Center second, Avery Hawkins of Smith Center third, and Zachary Pearson of Plainville in fourth.
Look how tight that was in that shot put. I mean, that just by fractions of an inch there. So that had to be pretty exciting.
And they come down to, I don't know if they do six, or if they have prelims and have shot put best, they have 3 throws, and then at the finals they may have 3. I don't know how they do that at regional. In the boys discus, Zachary Pearson, Plainville, had a third place throw, 42 feet 11 inches. And in the boys javelin, Colton Hutchinson, 178 feet 7 inches. Heston Maxwell of Smith Center, 173 6 inches. They do a good job over there throwing the javelin there. So, all right. Now we're gonna I hope you don't have anywhere to go. We have to look at the 1A. Are you all right?
I'm all right.
Okay, all right. Did you get something to drink or eat? You can do that. Go back and get something to drink because we're going to look at the 1A here.
I'm not going to
Okay.
say anything about him not being all right. Look at the size of that guy. He grew up to be a man.
Hey, it's going to be fun talking to him about what it was like in high school and because I saw
High
the
school,
Oklahoma game this year.
Yeah.
I was there. You had a good game.
Yeah.
I don't know how many tackles you had in that, but you were
10, I think.
yeah. So good that Oklahoma.
High school, he was just kind of slacking off and still doing
Yeah, must have
When he got
been,
into
yeah.
college, they had to start working at it.
Started eating better. Maybe.
You don't sure you don't want something to eat or drink?
No, I'm
Okay, all right. Let's look at the 1A.
Okay, 1A regionals in the boys.
Yeah, you do the girls. Okay, you're gonna have to go back in there a little
I'm
bit.
looking.
I have to find the. I tell you, all these sites do their things different, and thank heaven for Rachel to go through her and mark all this stuff. Okay, here we go. The girls would start with the 100 meter prelim.
Okay, 100 meter dash.
They might be kind of all mixed.
No, I think they're all right now.
Yeah, just give us time, we'll find. Okay, in the 100 meter dash, winning it was Afton Conway from Osborne High School, time of 12:94. Third was Jaden Spear of Northern Valley with 13:11, and Heaven Hamilton was fourth from Stockton. In the
200
girls
meters.
200 meter, we had Paige Baird of Northern Valley finishing second, and Afton Conway of Osborne finishing third. 26:95 for Baird, 26:98 for Conway. So that was a tight run. On the 400 meter dash finals, Paige Baird of Northern Valley once again a winner of 101.54. Jaden Bowden, I've heard that name before, 102.51 to finish third. So that's a good job by Jaden. In the girls 800 meter finals, Shaylee Lowry of Northern Valley finished fourth in that time of 2:43.10. Then down in the 1A girls 100 meter hurdles finals, Paige Baird of Northern Valley won that 15:08. Afton Conway Osborne 15:10, 2/100ths of a second. Jessica Jackson of Logan in there at 16:88 for third. In the girls 300 meter hurdles, Paige Baird, Northern Valley, once again a winner, 47.84. Afton Conway, Osborne, 47.91. So those two girls stayed together in a lot of things. Brennan Kirkhoff of Thunder Ridge, third in 51.50, and Ryan Katz of Logan in 51.63 in fourth place. In the girls 4x100 relay, Logan was the only one from the area. Logan placed fourth at a time of 54.77. And then in the 1A girls 4x4, Thunder Ridge High School took second place in that time of 4:26.83. And the girls 4x800, Thunder Ridge High School, second place, 11:02.01. So Thunder Ridge did well in the relays. And in the girls high jump finals, the only one from the area, Mariah Stauffer, won that with a jump of 5:02 from Thunder Ridge. In the girls triple jump finals from Stockton High School, Haven Hamilton won that with a jump of 34.06, 2 inches over the second place, and she was the only one from our area that qualified there. In the girls pole vault, 1A girls pole vault, second place from the area, Shaylee Lowry of Northern Valley jumped 8 foot 6 inches, and Ryan Katz of Logan tied that with 8:06, and so they both end up there, and they flipped a coin or something. Nothing in the discus there. In the javelin finals for the ladies, Ryan Brown of Osborne won that with a throw of 1:15.07, which is putting it out there pretty good. And then I run out of yellow marks.
We're on the yellow marks. There's no one else in there. All right. I had team totals. I'm going to do this because I had to take this out of Salina paper. On the girls' side, You know, like Baird, she had 30 points at least there. I'm sure she's on maybe a relay team for Northern Valley. You know, so she got the Golden Plains won it with the 62, Northern Valley second, 61. 1 point between 1 and 2 on the girls regional. And that was quite a battle there. Osborne down the road with 46, Thunder Ridge 42. I think most of their points were in the field. Thunder Ridge had a lot of field points coming in on that. Let's see, we have Logan at 22, Stockton at 18 points, Palco 11, and Natoma with the 3 points. So you can tell the ones that, like Paige Baird, she's going to get a lot of points for
Yeah, one person
Northern
can-
Valley down there, you know. Well,
One person can-
I've talked about this before, a long time ago when there was a Dale Alexander in Hayes. Have I told you this story?
No, I remember him.
No, you remember Dale?
Yeah, he'd go out behind after a race and smoke a little bit and then come back and run the next.
He won state for Hayes. He had a first in the 100, the 200, and the 400, and the long jump. It was broad jump then. He had 40 points to win a state all by himself.
And he could have done a number of other things that had been allowed, but yeah, that was the big story
Yeah.
about him. He'd run and then he'd go back out behind the bushes.
What do you
and
think of
have
that
smoke.
rule? What do you think of that rule about only being able to in 4 events?
Well,
It gives
makes
more
things-
kids a chance to do something. I think. I don't know whether it's.
it gives
You agree
somebody
to
else.
that? I got the 4 events, you know. How would you like to have to run the 32, the 16, the 8, the 4, and the 1, the 2, and maybe the high hurdles?
Well, somebody like that big brute sitting next to you could have probably done that. I'm not sure he could have in high school, but he did now.
Okay, let's look at the boys' his competition. The boys at Colby yesterday won by Osborne at 95. Northern Valley came in third with 56. Logan had 32 points. Stockton 27. Thunder Ridge 16, excuse me. And Palco with 2 points. Okay, this is what happened in the 100-meter dash yesterday. Darian Holloway of Osborne had a first place finish. Denton Schur of Osborne a third place finish, and Riley Allen of Logan had a fourth place finish, all going to state. Time 100th of a second between Osborne and Bear. Otis Bison 11.31, 11.32, 11.36 for third. That's a tight race.
That's what I've always enjoyed about the 100, though. You have to have the judges, and they have to really be paying attention. Boy, sometimes it's just like that. And
They used to have pickers, you remember? They'd be
Yeah.
up there and they'd come across the finish line and they'd pick first, second, or third. Now electronics, they've taken a lot of that out of the way. Thank Roger Jennings. He was really big, instrumental in that. In the 100, the 200-meter dash, Denton Schur of Osborne, 23.16. Brandon Grauerholtz of Thunder Ridge, 0.03 of a second behind there for a second place finish there. And Riley Allen of Logan had a third place finish. In the 1A 800-meter dash, 400-meter dash, excuse me, Trey Kuhlman of Stockton had the finish there of 53.09. In the 1A boys 800-meter run finals, Reagan Bales of Osborne, the second place finish. That time was 2 minutes 7 and 6,700 seconds. In the 1A boys 1600-meter dash, it went to Reagan Bales of Osborne, just a freshman, 4:51.57. Cameron Delaney of Osborne had a fourth place finish with he came in under 5 minutes, 4:59.14. In the 1A boys 3200 meter, Cameron Delaney of Osborne, second place to go to state, 10:57.04. 1A boys 110 meter finals, Darren Holloway of Osborne, 15.37, and Theron Cox of Northern Valley had a third place finish.
when that Darren Holloway,
Yeah.
that was quite a margin of victory.
15.3. What was your time? Did you run the 110s? Mm-hmm. What was your best time?
14:10.
14:10. Wow, this is 15.
Well, you were so fast they wouldn't even put you on here.
Yeah.
All right. In the 300 meters, Darren Holloway 42.02. What was your best time?
39.
39.
Three.
Wow. All right. Anyway, you can go back to school again, to high school.
I-
You'd like
I
to do-
wish.
you'd like to
Yeah,
do
I
that?
would. I'd
It's a
like-
good thing they can't
do
see him
all
real well. I think you're embarrassing him.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the thing was, he had his own track meet, and all the rest of the guys
Yeah,
had
Spencer Heiss of Osborne, a fourth place finish there. In the, this would be the 4x1, 46.11. Stockton had a third in that. In the 4x4, Osborne finished second. Thunder Ridge finished third. 341.93 for Osborne, 342.12. Pretty close from there. In the 4x8, Osborne a third place finish, 859.24, under 9 minutes. In the high jump, Caden Bach of Northern Valley, 6 feet 6 inches. Riley Allen of Logan, third place. He medaled yesterday, 5'10". In the triple jump, Riley Allen Logan, he's going again. I think he's going to 4 different events. I think he had a couple of the dashes, I think. So he's going 4 different events. Third place there with the time of 40 feet 1 3/4 inches. In the pole vault, Nick Stoosman of Northern Valley, 13 feet. Aiden Baird of Northern Valley, 11 feet 6 inches to go. In the discus, Jesus Saenz of Northern, I hope I got the last name right. Saenz, Jesus, Northern Valley, 128 feet 9 inches. In the javelin, Northern Valley, Caden Bach had that with the toss of 165 feet 5 inches. And Jesus Saenz again in Northern Valley, 154 feet 8 inches. And in the shot put, Michael Daniels of Logan, he put it out there 44 feet 3.5 inches. So that's what happened yesterday at Colby. They had theirs on Friday, held it there. And we'll be back and talk with Sean Newland in just a moment. I told you, well, it was a little after. We're about 25 minutes late. Sorry about that, Sean.
That's all right.
The program brought to you by all your friends of the Farmers State Bank of Phillipsburg, where interest begins the moment you enter the door. Interest, and you remember FDIC. Mapes and Miller, it's not what you make, but what you keep. Mid-America Real Estate, providing the best homes in the area for over 40 years. Blossoms and Butterflies, making beautiful flowers a part of your life. Sign Solutions, your one-stop sign shop, and so much more. Madison Motors in business for over 70 years, and Roger & Associates, your local trusted choice agency. Okay.
You know, I just have some friends down in Osborne, and this year I noticed in all the sporting events, they really excelled. They did really well. Football, basketball, track, and everything. And not too often do you have a school come along that has all 3 of those
Sure,
things.
yeah. And they've been very successful. And you know, going back, they had great football teams, and of course, the girls Osborne basketball, our good friend who did the games, coach, a good friend, and I've got a senior moment right now. You know, he lived in.
I'm getting up in Tad's area now.
Anyway, okay, Sean, thanks for coming on this morning to talk. We got a lot of things we want to talk about. First, you were involved. We'll talk about high school a little bit first. There, you were very involved in high school football, and basketball, and track. What was your favorite sport?
Probably football.
Well,
Yeah.
obviously it was, because did you have a chance to go to college and maybe anything else in track, maybe hurdles, maybe? Or?
Yeah, probably so. I kind of decided early on that I was going to go play football, and so I didn't really pursue any other routes as far as track or basketball or things like that. But,
It was fun watching you all through high school. What was your favorite in track? What was your favorite thing to do?
I liked 110-meter hurdles. Yeah, that was probably my favorite. That's what I did. That was like probably one of the first things I ever did, just dating back to like little kids track. You get to go compete. I did that probably since I was, 9 years old. So it's kind of my baby, so to speak.
I've always thought that the low is the 300.
Yeah.
You don't have to run 300 meters, but you have to jump all the time. Or
Yeah, well, you're not supposed to, but I did. I jumped.
Did
yeah.
you end up jumping sometimes?
Oh yeah, I had terrible form. Yeah, terrible form.
How often did you run through a hurdle just to
Uh,
deliberately?
yeah, well, never on purpose, but quite a bit.
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I just thought that was on purpose. To,
Reduce
you was so
the time
strong
a
they
little
couldn't
bit.
slow you
Yeah,
down.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have seen at state sub guys run through them, and maybe it's half of them, and still do well because
Yeah.
they're just so strong. It doesn't really slow them down.
Yeah, I don't think I would have been one of those
You know,
guys.
and I guess you're all right as long as you don't knock a hurdle into another lane. You're all right.
Yeah, I think
You're
so.
all right on that. So the 100s. What else did you do besides the 110s and the 300s?
I did a little bit of everything.
You all
Threw
really?
discus and
Yeah.
it's in the 4x1 relay. I did the 4x4 a couple times and ran the 200 once and the 100 once. Just kind of experimented. Yeah.
Looking back at football, of course, that's what you excelled in. I know
Yeah.
the day you got the sign to go to K-State, I want to talk about that a little bit. But what was the football experience like? We have a pretty good football tradition right now.
We
Smith
do,
Center for
yes.
years, they kind of did everything around here, and they won the state last year. So
Yeah.
that's always been there. But Phillipsburg's really just come on.
Yeah, lately it's been very impressive here. Yeah, JB, he's done a great job. A lot of talent in Phillipsburg for sure.
But what about who'd you play for?
K-State. Yeah.
No, I
yeah.
mean here. I mean.
Yeah, JB was my coach.
JB was your
yes,
coach.
he was.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
yes, he was.
I was kind of hoping maybe he could be here to kind of maybe share a little bit. Keith was
Yeah,
basketball.
my basketball coach, and he coached us in middle school football.
Yeah.
Yeah, 8th, 7th, 8th grade football. Yeah.
Looking back, what was your favorite? What do you feel your high school football game? What game stands out?
The last one. Yeah, it's the one that we were first round of the playoffs, and I don't think we'd lost all year, and we were playing Norton first
Yeah.
round of the playoffs, and they came here and it just didn't go our way. We lost that game, but I just remember the feeling afterwards, and, just knowing that we had done something special.
Sure.
I mean, you realize right away that you're going to miss it.
Is that the first time that Phillipsburg had gone to the postseason? You remember? Have you gone?
No, it wasn't the first time we gone to the postseason, but the year before we had made it 1 or 2 rounds into the playoffs and had some success, and I think maybe the year before that we did okay too. But yeah,
When did schools, colleges start contacting you?
so it was pretty interesting. I didn't really have much experience with the whole recruiting
Really?
process
Really?
going into it. Really not until I would say my junior year is when I started receiving just letters, pretty generic letters that I'm sure most of the smaller colleges send out to
Sure.
any and everybody that's willing to receive them. But I went to a couple K-State football camps my sophomore and junior year. My junior year, it did exceptionally well. I ran a good time. They timed 40s and things like that.
Yeah.
It was a pretty cool experience for a high school kid trying to go on to the next level. And they kind of started talking to me after that. This kid from Phillipsburg with not a whole lot of exposure and a whole lot of big time news media surrounding him. It was tougher to get recruited, but I went to those camps and everything kind of worked themselves out in the end. Yeah.
How are those camps? Do you have to run the 40? Is that and all
Yeah,
this and that?
they take it pretty seriously nowadays. It's not so much of a technique camp anymore. It's more of an exposure camp at this point. So
Yeah, that's what the NBA is doing right now.
Yeah.
I was channel surfing last night and came across that late, and they televise it all now.
Yeah,
What's
they
going
do.
on now.
So if you have one high point in your sporting career so far,
yeah.
what would that be?
Yeah, just in the grand scheme of things, looking back, probably my first collegiate start against Oklahoma my sophomore year. Yeah, 14 tackles, and we got smoked. We got blown out of the water. We lost 55-0. But I had a lot of family there, and I had a lot of friends there, and I played well.
So you make it. So they come and talk to you a little bit, and you go to that camp. Going to those camps help you? you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to go to K-State if I hadn't gone to those camps. I
Okay.
don't think.
Yeah. Okay. So, but now, did you do a gray shirt? Is that right? But you
No,
did-
I was supposed to. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
Gray shirt's different than a red shirt, right?
Yeah, so essentially when you're gray shirting, your first semester you're on your own. You get to really associate with the team, but they don't even think they pay for your school. So if you want to go to school, you can pay for it out of pocket and just to get ahead a little
Just
bit.
hope
But,
that you,
yeah, but you're guaranteed a spot on the team the following semester
Okay.
after the season's over with. It's something that K-State really takes advantage of that not many other schools do. You don't see a whole lot of Big Ten programs gray shirt, but I think, in hindsight, gray shirt wouldn't have been such a bad deal. I probably would have stayed home and helped JB coach a little bit and just kind of learned that side of the game a little bit better.
then all of a sudden you're what?
Yeah,
playing all
state
of a
track. I just got done running the hurdles.
That's right, I remember
5
that.
minutes after I got done running the hurdles, I got a phone call from Coach Tom Hayes. He was our defensive coordinator. He said, Sean, we just let a guy go. What are you doing next week?
Holy smoke.
Wanna
I
come to
think you
K-State?
came, didn't you come up on the air? I think we were down there. I think you came up the
Yeah, I
press
did.
box.
Yep.
You came up the press
sure
box
did.
and you announced it then. That's
sure
right.
did.
I forgot
Yeah.
that. Wow. That's another one of those
Boy,
things.
that was a quick turnaround. Wasn't
It
it?
sure was. Yeah, I wasn't ready for that. Had to
So-
go get things from my dorm room, and we were
Wow.
busy week after state track.
Okay, so what was the college experience like? I know it was completely different in high school. I mean,
Yeah.
I know you went to class and everything, but how do you do? And the reason I want to mention, the reason why we have Sean on now, instead of last over Christmas when all of the athletes were home from college, we had a bunch on. You were out doing a bowl game, so
I was
we
playing a bowl
couldn't have
game.
you on. So that's why I thought to get you on here while we could. Okay, now getting back, what was the? That'd be different as day and night.
Oh yeah. If you're independent to begin with, it's not so bad. There's always an adjustment phase. You got to keep yourself accountable. You got to get up in the morning and go lift weights first thing. Just being a college athlete, just
Sure.
a different experience within itself. Then you factor in full-time student. You got to take at minimum 12 hours of class credits each semester to stay eligible. So you got to get up early, first thing in the morning, 5:30-ish, go lift at 6 o'clock, maybe grab a quick bite to eat, go to class from 7:30 to noon, 1 o'clock, and then go grab a quick lunch and go to meetings at 2:30. And you're in meetings from 2:30 to 4. You're practicing from 4:30 to 7:30, and then you have mandatory dinner, which is great. They pay for it. They fed us well.
Do you eat a lot? I mean, there's a lot to
Absolutely,
eat there.
yeah. We burned a lot of calories, so we could get away with eating quite a bit. Yeah, and it wasn't always
Good
the
food?
healthiest.
Was it food?
We tried our best, but
Okay.
we were still in college, so a lot of ramen noodles and hot dogs, things like that.
I'm curious, you mentioned that all the meetings you have to go to. What was being discussed? Or what?
Yeah, we watched a lot of game film. So each week, just during the season, we spent about 2 days, Monday, Tuesday, just watching our previous game, just dissecting it, analyzing it, correcting any mistakes that we might have made. And then after about an hour of just watching film, we'd have a big team meeting, and Coach Snyder would address us just about what our goals were for the next week, and maybe some keys to success, things like that. Just pretty general. Kind of cover everyone's grades, make sure everyone was eligible, doing well in the classroom, and taking care of their business off the field as well. Just kind of mixing pot of sorts. Team meeting.
He always is laid back as we see him. I mean, he never seems to be excited about anything.
No, he's pretty laid back. Yeah, he is. But he has his moments where he runs hot. He boils just like anybody else.
So you have your defense coordinator. Is that who you spend most of your time
Yep.
with? And,
Yeah,
I
every
mean, you
day.
ever all come together at the same time and do anything?
As far as schematics,
Yeah.
football related, not so much. We're pretty isolated within our position, which is okay. I was a defensive back, so there were probably 30 of us total, so we were always competing and pushing each other to do a little bit better. But and then just after each practice, we just kind of come together on the 50-yard line and just talk about our practice in general. And call some people out that didn't do such a good job, and call some people out that did a really good job. Just things like that.
I'm looking here, and I've got some pictures on here. Number 29. I do. When you played the bowl game in Houston.
Yeah.
Open your junior year. Is that your junior year?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I've got some pictures of the 29 there. 4 or 5. I think I sent them to you too.
You
I
did.
think I did that.
You did.
I went to the game before the game. we went to your, and that was kind of neat. All the people there. I don't know. There was a big crowd there after their what the, pep rally, I guess, or what it was.
Yeah, pep rally.
Yeah, pep rally. Saw the 29 there, and I've got some pictures of him going on a kickoff and things.
And
then
what was you doing down there?
What?
What was you doing down there?
I went to the football game.
Oh, really?
My son, yeah, we were down.
Yeah.
Coach Snyder's daughter was a good friend of my granddaughter, and she came up and sat with us for a while during the
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did horses together, and they were in both
Okay.
college and everything.
Is that when you saw my daughter down there?
Yep, that's from the The daughter came up and pushed me around in a wheelchair
Yeah.
a little bit, I think.
Really?
Yeah,
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 she
that was
did.
that was
Yeah.
out
Yeah,
at that
she
ball
took some pictures and showed us.
yeah, right, and sent them to you. So, and did they really treat you good when you go to a bowl? I mean, the
Oh,
people
it's
there.
great. Yeah, it is. It's great. Yeah, it's worthwhile.
Sure.
Yeah, you definitely want to make it to a bowl game.
So did you go all 4 years?
Oh, 5. Yeah.
Five. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
5. Yeah.
Redshirted my first year, and
Okay,
they
yeah.
took everybody. So we got to enjoy all the fruits of our labor. We didn't really have to worry about playing on Saturday, so
yeah.
we took advantage of it. We had a good time. Yeah.
And like I said, I went down to see the Oklahoma. You almost got that game. Oklahoma, first half, K-State played really
Yeah.
well against Oklahoma this year.
Yes.
Second half, they kind of changed things around a
It
little
wasn't
bit.
so great.
Yeah, they did things, but I felt you had a good game, and it's funny, you always watch for the. If you know someone out there, I remember when Seminole was playing, I went to a bowl game, and you always watch for the numbers and see
Yes.
how they do, you know.
Yep.
And that situation. So, any particular bowl you like best, or
I really, this last one was pretty neat. The Cactus Bowl. Went to Arizona. And we got to do a lot of different things that we hadn't done before. We went to a charity that was giving back to. They had thousands and thousands of people there, and they were giving them free meals and free
Sure,
haircuts. We got to I was painting nails at one point. I mean, we
Really?
just did a lot of really cool things. We played
painting nails?
Yeah, painting nails and
Okay.
giving haircuts. People were trusting us to cut their hair. Man,
Wow.
it was a good time. We
So-
played in a baseball stadium, which was unique.
Yeah.
It didn't hold as many people. We had like 30,000 people total, maybe 40, but beautiful venue.
Where was that at?
No, it was in I want to say Scottsdale.
Okay, Scottsdale.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So,
They were giving things, doing away, cutting people's hair and everything. Did they give shaves to anybody?
I needed one. Is that what you're getting at? You should have shaved me.
when you were playing, could you have a beard?
Yeah, we wore helmets. They don't really
Yeah, I
care.
know.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, right. So, did they ever check on whether or not you're in at night and all that? Did you have someone that would come
We had
around?
curfews, yeah.
Curfews, yeah.
'Cause we have, and in Manhattan we have Aggieville, which is just
Sure,
a big,
yeah, I know.
and we're forbidden to go down there.
Yeah.
In certain hours of the day.
I wonder
Yeah.
why.
Yeah.
You ever go to Aggieville?
Yeah,
Only with you.
Okay.
stayed out way later than you should
yeah,
have.
well, we always went to Aggieville because they had good places to eat down there. That's why
They
we
do,
went.
yeah, great food.
Yeah, I know. Great
Yeah,
food.
great food.
Friend came through there the other day when I was down there. I don't think it's as big as it used to be. It used to really be when my son was in college. If they hung out in Aggieville,
All
the
the
buildings so
time.
much around there. They're
They
building
are.
some hotels and
Hotels.
things like that, and
Yeah.
dorms even. I think.
Yeah, new dorm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
new dorm there. So, okay. Well, it just has to be a great experience to look back on playing for Coach Snyder. And is it really a big family?
Yes, it really is. I mean, as far as just in every aspect, discipline.
Yeah.
He's not afraid to tell you how it is and how
Sure.
he sees it. And usually, the way he sees it's right. So
Sure, yeah.
you buy in pretty quick. Yeah.
I think this year you were kind of worried about whether or not you're going to have a bowl game. Wasn't that kind of in the middle
Yeah,
part
early
of the
on
season?
we were
Early on,
questionable. We weren't
Yeah,
sure.
about whether or not you're going to get a bowl bid or not.
Yeah, we got lucky. Yeah,
I think K-State follows well. I think that's
we travel extremely well.
I know,
Yeah.
and I think that's what helps K-State get the bid. Not only if you have a good team, but if they know that 30,000 people are going to come to see
Yeah.
the game. They're going to do that. They follow very well.
What do you think when you get in a big college team like that and stuff? And you look at these big linemen that are 7 foot tall and
Yeah.
390 pounds.
Yeah, they're big, but They're slow. We're a lot faster. And well
They just
conditioned.
have to be able to take up a particular space.
Yeah.
So running back can't get through there, or
Yep.
vice versa.
Yeah. We played UCLA, and they had some big boys on their team, but we were kind of used to that. A lot of the other teams in the Big 12, Oklahoma, they're big. Baylor usually has some big people, so we're kind of used to seeing that along the way, kind of know and adjust our scheme accordingly.
Did you ever kind of wish you were on the other side of the ball and running with it sometime? Did that got
Yeah,
you in high school?
I missed offense quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed having the ball in my hands, but
Yeah.
I just, as far as my body type and things like that, it was just a better fit
Yeah,
at
it
safety,
just looks
and I
like that.
enjoyed it. I loved
Yeah.
it. Yeah, grew to love it.
Well, a lot of pressure on you too. You don't want anyone to get behind you.
Yeah, the last line of defense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one behind you. You
Yeah.
know that
Yep.
that has to be, particularly if they put about three receivers out in your area. You know,
Quick guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, expose you pretty quick.
Yeah, they should.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
You'd think it'd be nice just to be able to carry the ball one time or
Just
two.
one time.
yeah.
Just give me one time.
Give me one chance.
Yeah.
did they tell you right away that's what you're going to do? Or did you ever? It's not like at high school. You don't everyone try out for something. Do you?
Yeah.
You don't try out for
Yeah.
things, do you?
So they'll tell you a lot of things to get you there, recruit you, and then once you're there, they'll put you where they need you. And
Well,
that's the way it's
sure.
going to be. Yeah.
That doesn't sound quite Hoyle, does it?
Like de-recruit you, yeah,
Sure.
sort of. Yeah.
And with your speed, is that why one reason why they put you at safety? Is that
Yeah.
speed have a lot to do with the safety?
Just general knowledge of the game, I think, helped too. Playing quarterback.
Well, his speed, and my memory fades every once in a while, but I recall that it wasn't just speed, but your contact ability played a big part in it, I'm sure.
Yeah, I like contact. That's I
Yeah, I
do.
could
Yeah,
tell.
that's no secret. And that's kind of one of the reasons they recruited me. That was the first question that our defensive coordinator ever asked me. Honestly, you like to hit people?
Uh-huh.
Yep. All right, sounds good.
Well, that's what it's
Come
all
play
about,
for
of
us.
course,
Yeah. Yeah.
So did they interview you? Did they interview you extensively before you
Oh,
about they
yeah.
decided?
Yeah.
Look, they only have so many to offer. They're going to
Mhm.
be sure they get what the best they can.
Yes. Yeah. We talked weekly just on the phone. They're recruiting a variety of people, a lot of people from all over the nation.
Sure.
Yeah, they want to make sure that they get the best possible fit for their program. They're spending a lot of money on you.
Yeah.
They're putting you on scholarships, so yeah, they want to make sure it's a good fit.
I'm going to have to ask a question about the college sports and all this under the table. Did you run into that much there? Yeah.
Never. It's I don't know. It's something I can't really talk about. I don't have any experience
Sure,
dealing
sure.
with it, but everything was by the book. I mean,
That's great, and
yeah.
that's the way you forget. I think maybe they dangle all that money in front of you. I mean, if you're like in basketball,
Yeah.
I think basketball is worse than any other sport.
Yeah, I think it happens more frequently in
Yeah,
basketball.
and,
Seems that way.
And, the Adidas. Who supplied your shoes?
Nike.
Nike.
Yeah, we
Okay.
were sponsored by Nike.
You were sponsored.
Yeah.
So you got all the shoes there.
I have more shoes than I know what to do with. More shoes than I'll ever be able to wear.
Okay, now you
Yeah.
can't get paid in college, but you go to these bowl games and they have
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff that they can
Yeah.
give you. Don't you? What did you get? What did you bring
Man.
home from a bowl game?
I got a Yeti cooler this year, which is pretty neat.
Yeah.
In years past, we've done gift suites where you can go and it's like a point system, and you can. The bigger things are worth more points, and the smaller things are worth less points, and they add up. So you can get like a chair and then a pair of glasses or something. So I got a recliner and
Wow.
some binoculars at one point. Just
No.
lots of cool stuff.
I don't know how they get around that because you're getting stuff
Yeah.
for it,
Yeah,
But
it's sponsors.
One year they gave laptops, I think, and
Yeah, and
and,
iPads.
to the kid, to everyone down there, and it's amazing. And
Yeah.
When you get up in that level of performance and stuff, though, it's amazing what companies can do.
Yeah, really.
Their attorneys can get by
The
with it.
willingness to donate and give things like that, it's pretty special.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was it true that one time you made a tackle, really hard tackle, you got up and you looked down and says, there's a helmet there. You picked up and said, hey, Coach, look, there's still a head in here.
Yeah,
That's
that's true.
where the word
Yeah,
header
there's
come
pictures
from.
of it
Yeah.
online.
Head Hunter Award of the Year.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. How many tackles did you keep track of? How many tackles you had in
Oh, in college total, I have no idea.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't a big stat guy.
Did it make you real good to really pound someone, you know?
That felt great. You know,
Yeah.
it's like baseball.
Yeah.
The best hits, you don't really feel them. It's like hitting the sweet spot on a bat. You know, when you hit a home run, you don't feel anything. The best hits.
Well, it was fun following you in high school and college, and just that you had the opportunity to play for Snyder. He probably, his turnaround, they say his turnaround at K-State was probably one of the greatest coaching jobs ever done. And he's
Yeah.
done it twice.
Yeah, hands down.
He did it twice.
Yeah. In my opinion, I mean, greatest coach that ever lived.
About what?
The Chiefs camp.
The Chiefs cap?
Chiefs tryout. I think she's talking about.
Chiefs,
Yeah.
That's
camp,
right. Yeah, did you go down for that? Or?
Yeah, I had a tryout with the
Okay,
Chiefs.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Chiefs camp. Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
It was good. They just invited 20 local kids from around the area that either grew up around the Kansas City area or went to school within a certain proximity of Arrowhead Stadium. We got there, and it was a lot like our pro day. We ran a 40 and did a lot of ball drills. I got to meet Coach Andy Reid and
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs quarterback, was there,
Oh,
and I played against
yeah,
him
Yeah.
in college. So
Really?
I remember tackling him once, and we kind of
Oh, really?
we chatted it up. We talked about the glory days a little bit.
Wow.
But it was a pretty neat experience, and they had some really nice things to say. A few of my teammates went down there with me. Our quarterback, I think we had our punter there. Our kicker was supposed to go, but he injured himself, so we had a few people there. We represented K-State best we could.
I understood that. I don't know how did I hear about that? Someone told me that you had been invited there.
Yeah,
And so, what? You just waiting to see if they had, or what?
yeah, just playing the waiting game.
See if they.
Yeah,
But you had a good. You felt you had a good.
yeah, they had nice things to say. Yeah, it's tougher. I mean, obviously, they're very limited as far as just the spots that they have on their roster.
Yeah,
Everyone
sure.
starts out with a 90-man roster, and then
90?
it cuts down to about 35 real
Sure.
quick.
Wow,
So
yeah.
it's a lot tougher, obviously, to get into the NFL.
The thing I like about Andy Reid is he's on the sideline, and you wonder if he's awake or whatever.
Yeah.
He's thinking and doing.
He's
But
always
that's just like Coach Snyder.
scheming,
Snyder's
yeah.
not very demonstrative. He's just there
Yeah.
taking care of
Even
business.
kill, very even kill, the majority of the time.
Yeah.
Very schematic. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what was your 40?
My fastest one I ever ran, 4.47.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Why did they take a 40? Why don't they take a 30? Or because is that 40? Is that
Yeah,
because,
this is what
that
they've always
what
done.
They figured out? I
Yeah.
know what they always do it.
It's, I guess, I think the thought behind it is, like on kickoffs when you're running down,
Yeah, right.
the average distance traveled is 40 yards.
That's probably. that
That's, I
makes
mean, that's the
sense.
only thing I can think of, but they've done it since the beginning of time, it seems like.
Distance, that's, think about that. That'd take some doing to watch
moving.
everybody. And
Yeah, and they're very detailed about it, and they take it very seriously, but in my opinion, I don't think the 40-yard dash translates
Really?
very well to football. I can't remember the last time I ever just ran 40 yards straight without being touched
Sure.
you know.
But that's what they all. When everyone says, he did is 40 in that. That seems to be
Yeah.
the number one thing they look at.
Yeah,
Whether or
it
not
really
he
does.
can hold on the ball when he gets it or what.
It's
just
flashy.
what-
Yeah, it's flashy. Everyone
Yeah,
wants
that's
that
what
guy that
what
can run a
do.
fast 40.
We can talk about that. So you just kind of waiting. Well, good luck on that.
Yeah,
The
thank you.
things. And wouldn't it be nice to sign a contract for? I don't know how these guys that millions of dollars now, millions
ridiculous.
of dollars.
Yeah.
And I think
and some of them, if you see them on an interview or something, they're just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Nice, calm, mild-mannered, intellectual person like Sean there. He deserves whatever he gets.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, very good. Well, anything else for Sunday? This has been great.
It's always a pleasure.
I really enjoyed,
Yeah.
enjoyed it. I've got pictures on this.
Yeah.
No,
me. Ow.
So, did they put you at safety or linebacker, or what did they? Or did you even talk about what they might play?
Didn't even
They just want to
discuss
see
it.
your abilities. right?
Yeah, the drills that they ran us through, they're pretty diverse. They fit into a lot of different categories. So
Well, very good. We hope that. I'm glad your experience was good at K-State.
yeah,
Were you? Is that a? Can you be a BMOC, big man on campus at K-State? Did people recognize you?
Not, I mean, a little. It,
Maybe
it
not
depends
as
on
much
what
as
you're
a co-
wearing.
yeah,
You know,
right,
if you
yeah.
got your number on your jersey or shirt, obviously.
Does that happen?
It does every once in a while,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you know, I never. See, that's the thing. At K-State, we're kind of a smaller Division I school,
Sure.
and there's the vast majority of the students that go there are athletes in some form or
Sure.
fashion. So it's pretty hard to decipher which one's which or what
Sure.
sport they play. So it's not like they're celebrities or anything up there. They're just regular students.
I used to go, when I was in high school, we'd go down to see K-State play, and that was in the old, I think the girls play soccer there now, don't they, in the old stadium?
They used to. They just
They
built
don't-
their own. Yeah,
They have their own soccer place.
they do. Yep. They just built it They completed it last year, maybe 2 years ago.
Okay, fine. So,
Did they have high school back then?
no, yeah.
It's a trade school back then.
Yeah. I walked to school.
I have to shoot one at him every once in a while.
Yeah, keep them sharp.
I walked to school it was uphill both ways.
Yeah.
In the snow.
And snow driven,
Yeah.
snow every day. you know.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Exactly right. Yeah. Same.
Anyway, good luck. We hope things go well
Yeah,
for you
thank you
there.
very much.
And let me know if you do hear
Yeah,
from them.
you'll be the first one to know.
Okay, very
Yeah,
good. Thank you.
you betcha.
Love it.
And you will have heard it right here
Right here.
at KQME Sports.
That's right.
I was trying. I'm gonna.
Not KQME
I was
Sports
looking.
anymore.
I was looking at the. I've got one there at the Reacher Bunny. I don't think you're going to see that one. Let's see. No, that's. Excuse me for there. I think here we go. I've got you there going to the huddle there. I think.
Oh yeah.
Going,
Kickoff.
see right there.
Yes.
You're going to the huddle, and that was for a kickoff. And I've got one of you. You're in there.
Running out there.
Yeah, you're running out for the ball game, and then there's one on the kick. Anyway, so I've got pictures of him there.
He's got pictures of me on his phone. Yep.
Okay, thanks a lot, Sean.
Yeah, you
Appreciate
betcha.
that.
You betcha. Thanks.
Final comment in a moment. Also, the program brought to you by Phillips County Health Systems, Olive Bogey Memorial Chapel, Stephen E. Rush, your State Farm agent, Sonic Drive-In. Like us on Facebook to see their Sonic deals. Phillipsburg Chamber and Main Street, where the roads are paved with opportunity. Farmers and Ranchers Outlet and J&R High-Vac are there. I love talking to athletes, who've had the experience that I never had and you never had,
You see, well, yeah. I mean, younger people have an opportunity to get scholarships, colleges, and everything. Back in our days, they didn't know what that was. You played, and then you went to work somewhere. Sean, you look at him walk out there, just Sean, just big, just
Yeah.
such a pleasant fellow.
Right, that's great. Not nothing overbearing. Did anyone ever look at you for college? When you were back, I know you pole vaulted. And
Yeah,
I know
let's
that you
see.
kicked. Did you kick? You kicked. You punted.
Yeah, I kicked. They looked at me. I was offered a janitor's position. No, things were a lot different back then.
Oh yeah. Well, I played. Back then, they didn't have the contacts, and I couldn't see where. I tried to play football, and I was always tackling our men, because I couldn't see. I couldn't see. Who's it? I hear someone running at me. I'm going to hit him, and I'd always tackle at the Buffalo. So I didn't play football. I couldn't wear glasses. Didn't have masks then or anything.
No, I know.
I was just
Everything was
like that.
right
It
there.
was wide open, and so I played one year. My dad was a football coach in high school, and I think if he'd been around, he'd been disappointed I didn't play. But no, but I did play baseball, and we were at a game somewhere, and high school. They had high school baseball, and we played the summertime, and the guy for the Boston Red Sox, the scout for the Boston Red Sox, was looking at 2 or 3 of us. Never heard from him. So that.
My senior year, they came out with that one bar around there.
Yeah.
Oh, that was disastrous. Because what was the first thing you'd grab? Bang.
Yeah, and then they put a handle on you now, but now of course you can't do that anymore. You go to there. So no, my college is entirely paid for by me. No. They didn't have scholarships back then, but there was only maybe I went to Fort Hays, 51 through 55. Semester was $42 for 16 hours, not each hour. $42, and another $5 went in to buy. We didn't have a student union, and an extra $5 each. With 40, I made enough in the summertime staying with my folks and a part-time job to put my way all the way through college, and didn't have to borrow one penny. And you could just do it then.
That's
40.
amazing.
Can you imagine $42 on? What is it now? I mean, it depends on where. 27,000 a semester, and that's
No, not semester, I guess.
a year.
That's
A year. Well, that's wow. It's how times change.
Yeah, I look at our granddaughters going through school. Gosh, the costs are just ridiculous.
Of course, Snickers are only a nickel then too. So.
I got Snickers free.
Yeah. You did? Okay, all right. I know.
But anyway, it's always fun to be with Tad.
Yeah, a couple other things. One other thing I was in Smith Center last night, and I had my phone off, and it kept buzzing and buzzing. Looked at Mayor Lance Munyon texted me, and he said, latest CDBG numbers, Community Development Block Grants. The city of Phillipsburg. Now, if you're watching this, Greg, in Houston, don't worry about it. I mean, you don't have to worry about that at all. Just for the people in the city of Phillipsburg, we need these grant money to do things around the city. And during the month of May, they're doing the surveys. And did you fill your survey out?
No,
You better get that in.
well, I better get that.
You
in
better
there.
get that survey in
You can
because.
even- oh, here, look.
Go ahead.
You can even drive through the city drive-through, and they'll ask you like 3 questions, and it takes like 30 seconds.
okay.
So go.
And it's so quick and easy, and
It's important so far. The goal in 1,358 surveys to make them eligible to get this money, and it's not tax money. It's not coming here. It's coming from, it's coming to us to do some things here in the city, streets and infrastructure. So anyway, the goal, they need 1,358. They have 745. They need 613 more this month. So if you live on city water and get your bill, and you got that bill, and if you misplace it, just go in and they'll do it. But they're really needing those surveys in. I'll just plug that there. So they need a bunch of families with kids who fall in the low to moderate range. And we have to have so many in the low to moderate range. So it's help the city out. Okay. Anything else you have?
Nope, it's been a really good morning.
Okay.
The interview with Shaw just
Yeah.
really, really good.
Yeah, it really was. I really enjoyed that, and I'm glad we had a chance.
I had him to watch and listen to, and I know what you're like, and I had that nice looking lady over there to watch. And
Okay, what we're
Just
going to
been a
try to
good
do
morning.
next week, try to do our sports talk, assess the stadium. I think we go up and Rachel, she's the technical part of it, I just show up, she's there and doing everything, and I'm going to try to get maybe Gary Musselman, who's the head, he's retiring, come over and some other people and do something, and then we'll be there at 2 o'clock. You're going to try to do that live, the presentation there on the infield, and so I'm looking forward. And then we haven't made up our mind after all the high schools. Will we have spatial things,
we might have a few during.
some spatial things like K-18 baseball? I talked to Coach Sass last night at Smith Center. I invited him over to come over, bring his Shrine Bowl, and I want to get Plainville on and Coombs on here and do maybe something special on that. So we'll do that. But this will be probably it for a while here at the bakery. I'm going to miss the Saturday morning rolls. But anyway, thanks a lot, Gary.
appreciate you giving me the opportunity.
Well, sure. We had, I don't know how much time we spent together. You're almost my second wife
Long time.
there because a lot of nights getting back late.
Yeah, there were a lot of times that you spent with me and you didn't realize you were.
Yeah.
You was sound asleep.
I know one time I went to Osborne and my back was really bothering me, and we had to get up and down. I had to sit down and go down the stairs after the ball game because of the football game. Anyway,
I forgot about that.
That's all that. So and again, thank the sponsors for making it possible for doing this, and again, thanks Rachel for getting all this stuff and making so we can do things like this morning with Sean.
Do you think Rachel never gets tired of just sitting over there
I
listening
don't
to these
know.
stories?
I don't know. She's got the headphones on listening, you know.
But she has a very
Okay.
pleasant smile.
Okay.
We don't know what she's
All right.
really thinking, but
Next Thursday morning on the Tadpole, we're going to have a senator. Elaine Bowers is going to be on our Tadpole
Wow.
from Concordia, and the representative Ken Rogers are going to be there. The Senate and the House, I don't know whether I'll have to sit between them or not because they don't always get along. Yeah, they do. I know they get along well. But we'll talk with them. And I saw Eldine Holthus last night, and he said he had something important he wants to talk about. So he might be coming over, and we'll have other things. But I'm sure Angie will come on and talk about the Riverless Festival. So anyway,
well, we're moving on up to the big time.
we'll see you Thursday morning on the Tadpole.